Let's welcome in Liz Thomas, SoFi's head of investment strategy. She's with me here at Post 9, as you see. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the kind of market we're in right now, where you've gotten a lot of commentary from a lot of different people about where we are, whether we have a bubble. How do you feel about things?
I saw a tweet on my way here that said there's a bubble in people talking about bubbles.
Yeah, that was what Ed Yardeni said yesterday. There's a bubble in bubble talk.
Yes, and I think that is accurate. So right now, I mean, of course, we've had a long rally. Everything feels extended. It feels exciting. It feels euphoric. In reality, I still think that the euphoria can get even more euphoric before something has to actually turn
so you're in the Paul Tudor Jones camp.
It's
like, you know, it's starting to feel like 99, but it's more like October of 99 before you had the rollover in the spring of 2000, and the NASDAQ was like a double from that period on, because you entered such a period of euphoria, as he said yesterday on Squawk Box, that's what this feels like to him too. But that implies that there's a lot more upside to this market, right? Two sides of this story.
It implies that there's more upside. It also, and I want to be careful, I'm not going to call a time in the 90s, because that also implies that it would be over in March, right? So I don't want to say that. I think that we are in a different market. We're in a different monetary policy regime, and we're in a different economy than we were in the 90s. So this could actually go on even longer, especially because we've got companies with real earnings. We've got companies with real cash in order to spend. We've got companies with a lot stronger balance sheets and competitive positions. So I think that could lengthen it out. I do think it will get to a point where it makes even less sense than it might now to some investors, particularly value investors.
Eventually, right?
Eventually, yes. But this continues to be a friendly environment for a rally.
Okay.
We've got some speculative positioning that's net bearish, so there's still room to squeeze out.
Where do you think the next leg of this rally is going to come from?
Well, I think it has to come from some of that broadening out trade, which we've already seen, lights of. I think that's important. It has to come from some of the smaller cap names. It has to come from some of the sectors that haven't led up until this point. Healthcare finally just perked up, and I think that's a good spot. Why do you think it has to?
If all the activity is around AI, and you, like PTJ, think that there's still a lot of upside left, a tremendous amount, really, before things might go bad. Isn't that the area that you want to ride up, as it's going to have this accelerant from here?
Sure. If we're talking about people putting new money to work or trying to add money right now, first of all, this is not a time when you abandon your winners. So I don't think we should be trying to take profits, selling out, taking a ton of risk off the table, but make sure that you're balanced. And I think that's what investors are already trying to do, is balance out their exposure and try to diversify even within some of those baskets. So that's why I've been talking about healthcare for so long. Diversify that growth out into biotech, into pharma.
So you think that area, which Jonathan Krinsky of BTIG, by the way, this week, which we mentioned, I think, yesterday, finally said this looks legit.
Yeah.
Like, this turn looks different this time.
Yeah.
You agree?
I do agree.
Why so?
But healthcare, to be honest, was in my outlook for the full year. So I've been pounding the table on healthcare for a while and have been wrong for most of the year until now.
All right, so why now?
So patience pays off. Well, why now? First of all, we've watched this rally run so far. So if you're anybody who's looking at valuations, trying to find a more attractive place to put your money, you have to look at the sectors that haven't run with it. Healthcare obviously is at the top of that list. Secondly, as I mentioned before, this is a growth market. I think it will continue to be a growth market. And
over value. You mean growth over value?
Right. And investors are going to continue to want growth, not value. So they're looking for opportunities and where to find that. And I think that healthcare is a great opportunity of where to find that. And if you compare it even to the late 90s, healthcare was one of the best sectors back then, too. People don't talk about that very much, but we could have a repeat of that sort of theme.